I moved to Bata 6 months ago, and I thought I'll use this occasion to answer a question I've been asked about every single day since there. What's common between selling diapers and toothpaste, KFC and Pizza Hut, Vodafone, and now Bata? So let me tell you the answer. My daughter, Avni. As she moved from being an infant to a toddler, I moved from diapers to RAIN. As she then started eating out rather than at home, I decided to go and open some KFCs and Pizza Huts and run them. At 16, she stopped eating out. She only ate data, so I moved to Vodafone. And then we dropped the prices of data so much that the only thing she spends money on now is shoes and accessories and fashion wear, so I decided I'll go join Bata. So that's the story, okay, for everybody to know now. What's also true is that there are the business lessons actually don't change when you go across these brands. So let me just share 3 of these, which I think are really, really common as you go across. The first, the consumer doesn't change. The truths, the insights, the triggers actually remain the same. Let me show you that by an example. The toughest part to change, morning. Don't try and sell new things to consumers in the morning. I can say with like 100% assurance that people in this room, 95% of you have not changed your newspaper or your toothpaste in the last 5 years. You take the same route to office every morning. 4 out of 5 eat the same breakfast, but you eat different dinner every day. On the way back, you might take a different route. Yeah? So if you want to sell a new brand of shoes to somebody, try with evening wear. If you want to change breakfast habits, food habits, not with breakfast, start with dinner. Yeah? True for any category that you can go forward to. A second truth, product is king. The marketeers, we've sometimes tended to bestow this honor to the consumer, calling the consumer as king. The reality is, look at any category. Whether you are the biggest detergent in the country, RAIN at that time, or the world's largest selling soap, Lifebuoy, or opening 100 KFCs in a year, the reality is product quality comes first. If you don't have a great product, if you're not innovating, moving with the times, you're going to fall back. So you better update, get the product up there. Good thing with Bata, that was done before I came on, product really did improve significantly. So a lot of innovation, a lot of product. True for every category, every place I've worked in. Third, and most important for this audience, people capability comes first. Most importantly, in the service industry, people capability is very, very important. People capability comes first, customer satisfaction, turnover, and profits follow. What we do need to make sure is that our employee NPS are much stronger than our customer NPS. Customer NPS in all the industries I've worked in has never beaten the employee NPS as we go forward. So here are the 3 lessons from the 4 different industries. When in doubt, go back to the customer. Customer intimacy holds all the answers. Product is the king, whichever industry, whichever category you are in. And consumer experience will never exceed employee experience. So invest in people capability, invest in making sure our people, our own teams, whether they are in the store or in the office, are improving all the time. Thank you.
Sandeep, if somebody has to get you to join as the managing director of the company, what should they write as a job description?
It depends on the age of my daughter when they're looking after it.
I like the fact that you spoke about the consumer, but how do you make your 5,000-10,000 employees passionate about consumers?
Absolutely. I think that is the big challenge for me, honestly, in Bata. But let me take an example from Vodafone. Yeah, I think they set the benchmark a little while ago when they said, happy to help. When they started off on that journey, the first thing they started off with was their own employees. They did not go on air for almost a year and a half after that. You know, the pug campaign that we all remember, the pug running around and helping the kids, that happened a year and a half after the movement had started inside. You need to develop it. It comes slowly, but you have to use tools. Like, for example, now in Bata, we started off 2 months ago, is the NPS rating that every store gets to see for themselves on their store every morning. You do need to, what gets measured gets improved, yeah, gets tracked and improving. The second, and I think the softer side, is culture. Yeah, it is something you have to live it. You have to be honest about being able to spend time with consumers. You have to push yourself to be able to be curious about what consumers are saying. You then have to take the management team with you. Quite a challenge, I must admit, sometimes. And then let it seep through the organization. It has to start from the top.
Thank you, Sandeep. 2 questions. One is, where do we see Bata from now, 5 years, 10 years down the line? That's one. And second is, which company do we see you as head of, as Avni grows?
Bata for a while. I have a feeling she's going to be into fashion for a little while, till she gets married, which is hopefully some distance away. I think Bata has an outstandingly rosy future as we go forward. I was telling the earlier panel, we have 1,500 stores, but we are only in 350 towns. Yeah? There's a huge, huge ocean for us to go take advantage of. Everywhere I've gone, however deep I go into this country, everybody knows about Bata. Why are we not available? So whether I use e-commerce, whether I use franchise, which we are really running after, or we use the multi-brand outlet channel, there's a huge ocean for us to take advantage of. Second, there's a huge premiumization opportunity for us. Yeah, we do cater to the whole family, but we have the brands, whether it's using Hush Puppies or using Naturalizer or using Power, we have the opportunity to actually premiumize. So for us, really, the challenge is about prioritization rather than saying where. So you see us in a few years as a billion-dollar company, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let's hear it for Sandeep Kataria.